All right, hey everybody, this is Darkseid Elite here, and we got Hawk back. We're gonna try to make this as much as we can, but like I've been saying for the past few videos, Hawk has to work. He has a lot of stuff going on his plate. I want him to be able to make that money and be able to take care of his family. So we have him for the time being, and we're gonna try to make the most of it. So is there anything you want to tell everybody, Hawk?
Uh, yeah, I just, don't mind my dog. He's still a puppy, so he might be loud once in a while. Just a heads up.
All right. Okay. So um, now again, Hawk usually gets a lot of the video, a lot of the news about the DCEU stuff from me, and I try to keep as much as I possibly can, unless there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about, mainly due to the fact that Hawk does now know. He's been knowing for a while now that the Snyder Cut's coming out on the HBO Max. He's just as stoked as I am. We're finally going to get the story we all been waiting for the past I'm sorry, about 5 years now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a while.
It's
Well,
been a
we're not going
while.
to get until 6 years, but yeah.
Yeah. So I honestly cannot wait for this. And there is more news on a few of the things I personally want to talk about. And if there's anything that you guys want at the very bottom, please leave some notes about if there's anything you guys want to talk about on another podcast. I'll try to leave those notes and I will talk about them. But right now, these are the small little things here I wanted to really want to discuss. And we might peer into a little bit of the Marvel things because there's some things that's happening on Marvel that kind of makes me laugh. And of course I want Hawk's opinion of it. He and I are about the same when it comes to Marvel, just on a whole, not the movies, the comic books, and the legacy of Marvel. He knows a little bit more than I do. I know more about DC than he does, but we
Yep.
kind of balance it out. So however, there are some things on Marvel, and I do want to get his opinion. And I know that this is a DC stuff when it comes down to it, but you've got to talk about the what's going on the other side of the spectrum, so you understand what's going to be happening in the future, because that's going to make us understand what game plan now that Marvel's going to have to do to get us invested back into these characters, because it's been too long. This whole sniffle virus has really kind of screwed everything up, and it's really kind of screwed over Marvel with their game plan. I mean, let's be honest with you, they had a game plan, and now this really screwed everything up. So what are they going to have to do? And DC has been floundering for the past 6 years now after Man of Steel came out. So after Man of Steel came out, it really screwed a lot of stuff over because people just didn't like what Zack Snyder did. But the big haha now is that this is one big thing that that I've been hearing is that Warner, ATT, and Warner Media, I guess after them seeing the cut finally and saying, hey, let's just sit down and look at this cut, they want Zack back. They're trying to get Zack and Ben Affleck back and Henry
Exactly.
Cavill.
Like, you know what I'm
So
saying? Like, you idiots.
yeah, right. you morons, right? So I'm going to talk about the thing with Ben Affleck. I said it before. We have to see how they do Justice League, because if Zack rewrites the ending of Justice League from what we knew, and so Hawk understands what I'm talking about here. At the end of Justice League, the original cut of Justice League, Batman sacrifices himself to save Lois from Darkseid's Omega Beam, and that was the hint that he got from the Flash back in BVS, that Lois is
It
the
was
key.
all about her.
It's all about her. If Lois ever died, Superman would fall. Simple as that. Darkseid would win. So Batman realized that he had to be the one that did it. Now anybody can sit there and say, well, Superman should have been there. Well, Superman was off doing something else. We don't know what he was doing. Two, we don't know how powerful this Darkseid is. This Darkseid could mollywop Superman all over the place. We don't know anything about this Darkseid. So anybody using comic book knowledge to it, I will laugh in their face. Mainly the fact is that Zack was building a story, and we don't know how powerful Darkseid is. We don't know how powerful that Omega Beam is. We don't know nothing. That Omega Beam could be like a kryptonite beam to Superman. It'll burn right through him like a hot knife through butter, for all we know. We don't
Yeah,
know
people
anything.
forget let's just say he's allergic to magic.
Yeah.
So, you don't know if there's the mystical element to his abilities either.
Yeah,
So
and again,
there's that thing.
there's a lot of stuff we don't know. We don't. I mean, not to step on what Hawk was saying is we don't know Superman is quote unquote allergic to magic in this
Because
universe.
he never ran into anybody in this version of Superman yet has not run into anybody with magic.
The only
Just
person that
kryptonite.
challenged him, the only person that challenged him was Wonder Woman, and he basically mopped her. He mopped her.
But he's
Sorry.
always been able to do that anyways.
Yeah.
So the one person that challenged
We.
him before was Shazam or
Yeah.
the original Captain Marvel,
Marvel. Yeah. So that's the
and
only way
he
we'll
was
know.
magic.
Yeah.
So
That's the
that's how
only
you're
way
gonna
we'll
know for
know.
a fact. Yeah,
Exactly.
because
That's the
his
only.
whole body is magic.
Yeah.
So you're
He
gonna
is
know.
magic. Yeah. We'll know. So people.
Shakes his hand, and he cringes. It's like, yeah, dude, you're allergic.
Right. So again, if people sit there, well, Wonder Woman's like, no, you can't do that because now you're adding in an element that makes no sense in all of what the heck is going on. Now, it's going to go down a rabbit hole. So we don't know anything about what Zack Snyder was building in his universe. If Superman is weak to magic, we don't know. We don't. We know that he has a weakness to kryptonite. All it does is it gives him an allergic. It gives him not a radioactive weakness. It reduces. It gives him. It's like him standing on Krypton for the first time. That's pretty much what it does to him.
Yeah,
It's like
it just turns him more human.
yeah, it just turns him more
Instead
human.
of
He gets weak.
poisoning him.
Exactly. So we don't know what they're gonna do, and I think that's what they're kind of going with. I feel that they want to go with Zack Snyder's universe because it feels more hyper realistic, and it still has that comic book feel that really has now garnered this whole Snyder Cut movement because there's a lot of people jumping on the boat who want to see it. Now you also get bandwagoners, and that's fine too, whatever. But I'm still not going to forget those people that basically said, there was no cut in this and that. I'm even kind of putting Kevin Smith on that because he changed his tune, but we also got to kind of throw it in his face. Say, hey man, you as a filmmaker, you as a producer, you as a comic writer should have said, hey, you know what? I want to see what he does. Let's see how this all ends first before we start jumping all over him. Because if that happened to Kevin Smith, let's say he was doing Daredevil and he wrote some of the best Daredevil comic books ever. If someone ever did that to him right off the bat, would he continue? I mean, would you want to continue that? In his case, he'll probably do, but it would be a lot of he'd be wondering about what's going to happen to his comic book afterwards. It was after the fact that people went, oh wow, these are really really great comics. But what happens if he wrote the first comic and they say, hey, this is trash, man? What the hell you do to what'd you do to Daredevil? What the hell you do to Wilson Fisk? Screw that crap, turn that back. No, so for him to say that to Zack Snyder is almost like a gigantic middle finger to creativity itself. It's like, let's wait until he finishes everything before we jump on the bandwagon.
Well, it's kind of strange though because like Kevin Smith, I mean, yes, he's been making films a little bit longer than Zach, but
Mhm.
Zach's been making quality films longer than Kevin. If
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying with that,
Yeah.
he's never made a independent, film like that. Like he had the chance to right away make a quality film, and he ran with it, and he did
Yeah.
it, and he's done it several times. And people, they're fickle. It's strange.
Yep.
Like you
No,
like some
no,
of his
they're
other
fickle.
movies, but then you hate this one. It's weird.
Yeah, and it's mostly the people who have this huge like. Listen, I know Hawk doesn't really like the Chris Reeve Superman. We all were raised on the Chris Reeve Superman. I appreciate for the time it was at, but I'm not saying that we should keep getting the same Chris Reeve level Superman. That's a detriment to the quality of what he did.
Friends.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we should just erase it. No, I'm saying is let's evolve the characters and let somebody come in and try something. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, hey, somebody's gonna get something out of it. Like hell, there's people that love Val Kilmer's Batman. There's people that love George Clooney's Batman.
No, you know what though, Val Kilmer, to his credit, if he didn't do The Saint, he probably would have made a better Batman than obviously than George Clooney, and that story would have been completely different.
Yeah.
But with Christopher Reeves, I could sit there and watch those movies, but you're never going to see me watch Suicide Squad. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Like, I'd rather watch movies I kind of liked enough, but not like a super fan of it, like you said. But I'll still tolerate that and watch the story.
Yeah.
You know what? This is how you know. I mean, I like the character a lot, Supergirl, but I cannot watch this movie. I would rather put myself to the torture of watching the this 80s Supergirl over watching Suicide Squad. That's how bad Suicide Squad is.
Yeah,
I have a hard time watching
yeah, and
Supergirl as an adult.
hold on, there's one more thing. Talking about Suicide Squad. Hold on one second. I didn't pull this up. David Ayer kind of threw out. Let me see. He kind of threw a lot of stuff under the bus to good old Jeff Johns. He threw the fact that it was Jeff Johns that introduced the fact of the grill, that Batman busted Joker's teeth and all that other stuff, and David Ayers went, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what? Wow. So again, that's coming from him. You got to be a fly in the wall. That's one of the fly in the wall situations. It's the same as it goes with the whole what happened with Ben Affleck and Jeff Johns. Did Jeff Johns run Ben Affleck off of the movie? In my personal opinion, through looking at the whole timeline of what's going on, yeah, I think that he did. I think that he slowly ran him off the movie. He wanted to do a kind of goofier little Batman that was, he was trying to do something different with Batman, but
I never liked the Adam West Batman. I don't care. Like, I don't want your Batman. That's not Batman.
No.
That's not how he should be. Like,
no.
he kind of chill for a little while, but he evolved.
He evolved.
Times change, he evolved. You can't do that slapstick freaking goofball Marx Brothers garbage. It's like, who did you like more, the Marx Brothers or the Three Stooges? Well, obviously the Three Stooges was actually more popular, but you knew who all of them were. But the Three Stooges almost has 100 movies under the belt. They were called shorts back then. It was an hour and a half long. But the movies back then were like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So it was called a short. But this is our standard now.
Mm-hmm.
And they almost have 100 movies on the belt. I have the whole box set. It's crazy. They're long.
Mm. They're long, yeah.
I was like shorts. I was expecting 35 minutes, and no.
Or like 90. 90 is usually the considered like a short before it could be considered a motion picture.
That's what it is. It's an hour and a half. But it's just, for me, that's a normal movie length now.
Right.
It's about an hour and a half, hour 40. Okay. You go past 2 hours, and people are like, I don't want to sit in the theater that long. Why?
Why?
You do it all the time. 4 hour long movies, man.
I'll be like, wait a minute. No, I was like, no. My question is like, okay, but if you're being entertained by the damn movie, then you should have no problem. That 2 hours will go by like it's nothing, if it's done right.
If you really like the movie, you'll
sit through it fast. Yeah. Hell, what was it? The perfect movie, BVS theatrical cut. I enjoyed it. But you could tell you're like, okay, but it felt like it was like 2 hours and 30 minutes. It felt like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
You felt it.
You felt it.
What about the Avengers? When we first watched the Avengers, we didn't realize it was 2.5 hours. Why? Because it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It was good at the time.
Yeah. But if you do, but I'm adding in now the ultimate cut of BVS. It didn't feel like 3 hours. It went by so quick. It felt like 2.5 hours.
Because there was a story added on that should have been on. And then you're looking at it going, well, damn, why did they hinder this dude with the storytelling? I don't understand that. When you get his full stories, you're like, wow, that movie went by quick. It was how long? It's like
3 hours, right? Hell,
right, and then Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You watch Lord of the Rings, the full version of it, you're like, well, why wasn't this in theaters? I don't understand that. This whole story was so much better than watching the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
And I find it stupid. It's like, why are you editing these movies when you watch the original content that was planned for but had to be cut because people don't know how to sit in the theater? I don't know. But the millennials don't know how to have an attention span longer than a gnat. So it's kind of hard to deal with wanting to see movies when you have these children whose attention span is a gnat.
Right. Okay, so... go ahead, man. Go ahead. No, go ahead, man. Finish your thought.
No, then they're acting like they know more, or So you watch the movie, but then you're going to sit here and try to challenge people who grew up with this, who
right?
read it, who watched the original cartoons. You can't
Right?
challenge that.
No. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick because this is the thing about David Ayer. This is from IndieWire because this is one of the things I wanted to pick up on. I totally forgot about this. Basically, he took to Twitter during Memorial Day, so this was probably about 2 weeks ago, close to 2 weeks ago, and he said they were asking about the director's cut of Suicide Squad because that movie, what happened with that movie was it got a weird storyline, and then they had what the hell were they? They were an editing team that do music videos. It was a team of editors that do music videos that edited this movie. That's why it felt like a music.
Worst.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
Yeah, so
you do a music video and you're trying to do a film for the first time. Did you learn how to edit film first, or you learned how to edit music videos from YouTube? Because it felt like you learned from YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's why it turned out the way it did.
It did, yeah. There were some things that was very entertaining about it, but the story felt really jumbled because it got rewritten. Certain characters did not make any sense, and the only character in there that actually made the most sense was Harley. She made the most sense. You didn't understand nothing about Captain Boomerang. I don't know who the hell Killer Croc was. Katana just showed up out of nowhere and started listening to everybody. El Diablo was... I mean, it was weird. El Diablo was actually... And he had a full story, and you understood why he did what he did throughout the whole movie. You understood his whole progression through the whole movie, and Harley was just being Harley.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, too, because then you got... The Katana situation was kind of weird, because...
Yeah. Why the hell was she listening to the...
Why is she there in the first place, first of all? She don't even, in the comics, she don't even mess with the Flag family at all. And she would never mess with this particular Flag because, yeah, you know what? He was kind of...
Yeah.
Flag was a grade A pussy, man. That dude was not Rick Flag or Junior Jones.
Dude, I'm sorry. I could not... I understand. Okay. As from a business standpoint, I understand Will Smith will sell more tickets than Joel Kinnaman. But if you go and watch that Amazon show, no, here's the thing. If you watch the show, not Altered Carbon, don't fuck that. Watch Hannah. Watch Hannah. Watch that show. He was awesome in Hannah, and he could have easily been Rick Flag. He was a badass. He had some emotion, but he was a grade A killer.
Robbed.
He was robbed. He was robbed.
Here's the thing, Will Smith, I don't believe he could sell tickets like that.
No,
honestly. Like,
but they used his name.
Stallone, Arnold, Mel Gibson, still today, they sell tickets, but not like they used to, man. You know who does that now? The Rock.
Yeah,
that dude sells tickets.
He sells tickets even on stupid movies.
It could be a horrible movie. That dude sold tickets.
Dude, he did Rampage, and it got destroyed in the theaters, and it still made money. No. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I'm just saying that he did Rampage, and that movie was destroyed.
His skills in that were a lot better than I was expecting. I was like, oh, thank God, dude.
No, right? That was gonna be so corny
shit. And not just, I'm just gonna rock bottom you to this floor and the end. Banana peel. Like, right? Rampage. His emotion with the gorilla was great. That's why I'm like, dang, man, like, I want him to be Black Adam.
No, he is. He's Black Adam.
He showed me he can actually
he has range
really well in drama.
He has range. He has range.
Not just comedy and action, and then action comedies. You know, I want to see him do dramatic, acting.
Go back to dramatic, because he tried to do drama, and it didn't go so well because he couldn't get that range of emotion very well. He could at the time, but now he can. Yeah, now he can because he got a lot of moves in the belt.
No, you see how his reaction to the gorilla was? Like, there was a connection. Like, I actually raised.
Hell, what was it? The Skyscraper. Was that movie Skyscraper, when he was in the skyscraper trying to save his family?
And he was missing his leg and all that, and
he had to try to. Yeah, he had to try to
down and doing this thing.
Yeah,
it was in Hong Kong.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that movie too. You know, and this poor guy, like
Yeah.
he just
Fucking
he's
poor.
in this
Fuck,
one
man.
generation of films, and to give him Black Adam, it would show emotion and anger.
Yeah, he can do it.
Mostly,
I know he can do it. I know he can do it. So, all
he's
right.
looking for the empathy of Kondak and all that, and he
Mm-hmm.
got robbed, and
Yep.
he's trying to get it back and all that stuff. So,
Well, we have
but
to see. We have to see how they do it because it has to flow in the same realm with Chris Sandberg's Shazam. There's a
that's
lot
all.
there, and there's a lot there, but I think that there's a lot they can do with it because I feel that the wizard screwed him. I believe the wizard screwed him, and that's why he did what he did. I
Well,
think the
he couldn't
wizard
take his
screwed him.
power back. You
No,
noticed that, like, that he cannot take his power back from Black Adam. That's
nope.
crazy. Even if
Yeah,
Black Adam says Shazam, he still will be able to say Shazam. Like,
yeah.
there's nothing you can do. He will never say it though, but it's just he was unable to take the power back from him because he was
Yeah.
the true guardian. He was
Mm-hmm.
legit true guardian. That's how come he had to banish him because he couldn't take the power back.
Yep.
Now, Billy Batson, he can actually snatch the power from him, like in the comics. But in the
Yeah.
movie, he was dust. He turned to dust. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously, Billy
Yeah.
Batson is supposed to be like the chosen, but that's not the case in the comic.
Nope.
He needed another person to go out there and do what he needed done.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't understand Shazam is technically supposed to be Merlin,
Right.
but whatever. Like, it's getting too much details. That's why
Yeah.
they dusted him in the movie. I like the movie though.
No, I like the movie. No, the movie was actually
I
fun.
kind of wonder too because years ago, I remember I told you I met Mark Strong, right?
Yeah.
And I have that picture. I showed you that picture.
Yeah.
And before we took that picture, because he was kind of hesitant at first, I said, "You made an awesome Sinestro,"
Yeah.
and he just gave me this look and smiled, and that right there probably solidified him doing another DC villain. I
Mm-hmm.
hope so. I hope that was like helping him push forward. Because who tells him that? Nobody. Not
No.
even online said he's a great Sinestro. Nobody said that. Oh,
No, I
Green
would
Lantern
say.
sucks. What? He was a great villain. He
Yeah,
was
he was a
great.
great villain, dude. That was Sinestro. He felt arrogant. He felt confident in himself. He challenged everybody because he was that freaking good. Yeah, dude. No, he
No, he
oozed
got
it.
overshowered by freaking Green Arrow sucks. The rating sucks, and they try to crap all over Ryan and everything like that. I'm like, wait. How you overshadow Sinestro? He did such a good job. Like, how you
Mm,
not see that? Like, people don't know how to, the millennials don't know how to break down a story. This is
no.
why their attention span is the size of a freaking gnat. Like, I can't stand it. I don't care how much school you go to, you're still a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want, I will mention stories that you and I had to read. Well, I mean, I attempted to read. I was dyslexic, but over
Mm-hmm.
time I read them and was able to understand them. But you mentioned Beowulf to these millennials. What's that? Go away. Go away. I
Go
want
away.
nothing to do with you, and please don't breed. Because no, we can't do this. You probably don't even know who Shakespeare is or any of his stories,
Books.
or
Yeah.
Othello, right?
Yeah.
A black man who was a ruler who had a
Mm-hmm.
white wife.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about mixed families back in that time. Come on, man. That Shakespeare was ahead of his time, man.
Yep. Yep. Jeez. Okay, so he took the. Let me see. He asked him. Somebody asked him, David Ayer, about it. He says, "This is a good question. My cut would be easy to complete because he did probably film a lot of it, all of it, but they edited out so much crap. It would be incredibly cathartic for me. It's exhausting getting your ass kicked for a film that got an Edward Scissorhands treatment. The film I made has never been seen." Ayer tweeted. So, wow. So it
I
seems
mean,
like.
the industry is like catering to the gnat minded, like the oxygen thieves of this world. And it sucks because, oh, well, popcorn flicks. Well, popcorn flicks are great and all, but not when it comes to this.
No.
Not when it comes to stories that have history.
Well,
And the
not well.
people
Well, not
who are
even
part
that.
of that history are still alive.
And
We're
here's
still
the thing.
alive.
Yeah, they're still alive. And here's the other thing. And it boggles and bugs me to no end. yes, it has a legacy, but also it's supposed to be a coherent story. It's supposed to be point A to point B to point C all the way to point Z. You're supposed to
Yeah,
it's
but
supposed
they
to
don't
flow.
want to do that though.
They don't,
The
and that
industry
was my
doesn't
biggest.
want that.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem what they did with Marvel, because you have Thor over here who learned a lesson. Okay, the first Thor movie, he was supposed to learn a lesson that he's not supposed to be a ruthless ruler. He did not want to be. His father did not want to be a ruthless ruler. Be a ruler that's with an iron fist, so no one can push him around, but not lay waste to a whole civilization just because they pissed you off. That was the whole thing. Loki was becoming that, and that's why. And Odin knew that, and he wanted Loki not to become that. Thor 2. Hold on. But Thor 2 was really weird because it went into a weird direction. Instead of you growing the ambiance of why Thor learned this lesson from Odin, they should have introduced the trolls. You should have had the battle against the trolls, and the Dark Elves should have been the major villains. It should not have been just the Dark Elves. It should have been the trolls and the Dark Elves. No, I'm sorry, not the dwarves. I'm sorry, not the trolls. The dwarves and the Dark Elves.
The dwarves were pissed off because of how Odin treated them. And how, we're just weaponsmiths and armorsmiths to you.
Yeah.
You don't even help us when we need you. And like,
nope.
What the hell, man? And that's what happened.
Yeah. So we should have saw that. We should have saw
because
how
they went to the Dark Elves for help.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They went to the Dark Elves for help.
Was like, ha ha ha. I have dead, and I'm half freaking Dark Elf. Let's do this. Like he didn't care. He was like, let's go.
Let's do it.
Never die.
And then on top of that, you had Ulik, who was supposed to be the strongest out of all the dwarves, to the point where they made him his gauntlets made out of the same metal as Thor's hammer, out of all of the Asgardian weaponry. So if he punches Thor with those gauntlets, it will break Thor's skin. It will hurt him. That's how powerful they are. So
the only thing is like people forget too that the dwarves ended up hating the Asgardians.
Yeah, they hate them. Yeah, they're bad guys.
It was overshadowed, like you said. It was overshadowed. Like
you should have had no continuity. They should have built Thor's storyline. So when you got to Ragnarok, it would have made a.
Don't even mention that garbage, man.
That movie was garbage. The introduction was great. The introduction was phenomenal. I love the introduction because it was him down in Muspelheim, dealing with Surtur, which that never would happen. He never would have. He would have crushed him like an egg, dude. He'd be like, he would have wrecked his life, dude. And especially in his realm, nah, dude. He'd be like, nope.
He would have ran, dude.
But you would have had him, and he's sitting there taking him on, and then you had Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song happen. I was like, yeah, this movie's great. And then it turned itself into a comedy after that. I was like, what the F?
All you heard after that's wah 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 wah.
Yeah.
Oh, like chicken dance. Like,
it was such a terrible fucking movie, dude. That movie was so bad.
I watched it for free on Netflix, and I wish I didn't do that.
I told you, dude.
I warned my friends, don't watch this movie, and they watched it
for free, dude.
And out of curiosity, because it was free.
Yeah.
It was free because T-Mobile pays for my Netflix, right? Because I didn't pay for it. Because if I was paying for it, I'm like, nah, I'm not watching you. But no, since it was free, I was like curious, and I'm like, why? Why?
I want my time back. Yeah.
Dang it, you got ruined. This is terrible. You should have never been in this movie. You're too good for this movie. I've always liked Jeff Goldblum, man.
Yeah, he would have made a great Grandmaster, a phenomenal Grandmaster, and
Grandmaster, not the Red King attitude that they had going on.
That's what they did.
Weird, man. Like,
it was weird.
It was stupid. I want a Planet Hulk movie, not a goofball garbage that they gave us. Like, you know why? Because the Hulk movies are going to overshadow the rest of the Marvel movies. That's why. That's why. Because they would overshadow. And they don't want that because Hulk has a better storyline than a lot of these freaking Marvel movies out there.
And that's the reason why they crapped all over Norton's version. They tried to make us forget that version.
His version was great.
So his version was so great. Oh my god. Yeah, he's a prick. He's a prick. But if that movie makes money, I will accept him being a prick any day of the week.
He admitted that he messed up. He did admit that. He's like, damn it. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, you had the best Hulk. You're the reason why we never got another Hulk movie, bro.
Yep.
Like, that should say something. Like, we had the best one, and it was by you in it.
Yep.
And
he paid close attention to the Incredible Hulk TV show and the comics. He did a beautiful mix of it. He had us feel he had us feel for him like a lot of people in our age category and older felt for Bill Bixby's version. And then he put the comic book feel into it. That was genius. And then he put Lou Ferrigno in there. Oh man, dude. That was great, dude. He gave a pizza away. Pizza? All right, go in there. He's like, oh, thanks. He walked in there and said, that was great, dude. He gave a freaking pizza.
That's amazing, man.
That was great, dude. Oh my god. So, okay. So there's a possibility that we might get an Ayer cut of his Suicide Squad, which I'll give it more of a chance.
No, I don't like those Joker is disgusting.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I understand. No, I understand. But like I told you, I think there was a lot of stuff that came in when Jeff Johns said, "Hey, no, this will be cool. Let's do this and let's do this," and they were like, that's kind of stupid and this doesn't make any sense." But they had to do it because Jeff Johns was one of the big heads of DC Entertainment, so they had to do it.
Yeah, there's a reason why people like me and you are not in church, because we would have told them, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, I was told them,
go fuck your mother in the grave, bro. I don't want you anywhere near this movie.
No. And I would have kicked his head so hard his hat would have flew off. So I was like, no, get away from me. So, like, listen, dude. This is the guy that wrote freaking Training Day. He wrote and directed Training Day. He sold me on that. That's what sold me. I was like, dude, he's doing Suicide Squad, dude. I'm in.
I swear a 5-year-old wrote this story, man.
Yeah, dude. Somebody came in and used it as a butt wipe, and then then he gave it to him. Here, you're good to go. This is that's what we got. Someone came in and used it as a butt wipe.
That's why
Training Day was fun, nutty, yeah.
Been great.
And also, he's the one who did Bright. He did Bright.
Not excited about that. That movie sucked. But yeah.
No, I liked it. It was interesting. It felt unique. That's what I liked about it. I was like, I'm good.
I don't know. Maybe with part 2, maybe they'll.
Yeah, we'll see.
Go further on it, but I watched it and just.
So I have no.
Was a Bright, basically.
Yeah.
You know, he was a wizard.
Pretty much.
What?
I know. So I'm hoping. So I'm hoping that we see what they're going to do further with that. Now, let's hit to the AT&T Warner Media. Now, they're saying that they want him back as Batman. Now, I just said way earlier that the way this story unfolded. Now, if he rewrites that ending to give Ben to say that he doesn't die, then that's a massive rewrite, because that's supposed to be how the hell they're going to deal with Darkseid, unless Superman suddenly does the time warp and freaking flies all the way over there. I mean, we don't know. So I'm kind of puzzled how they're going to do that. The Flash can do it. Yeah, the Flash can run in, grab both of them, and get the hell out of there before that Moe being charged up out of his eyeball. So I mean, he can do it. He's that fast. We gotta see how they do it. We gotta see how they do it. Me personally, and I know again, I'm gonna get flamed for this. I kind of want them to Ben Affleck to not come back. I want them to make Dick Grayson as Batman. I want them to do Dick Grayson as Batman. I want to see how they could do that. Give us something a little bit different. It's still it's not. If anybody comes in and says Dick Grayson was never Batman, I will say delete your message. Delete your message.
What?
You are a dipstick. This dude was Batman for twice. He was Batman twice.
Yep.
In the comics.
One of the moments was he was with Damian.
Yes.
And he went for some guns, and he's like, "Wait, I thought my dad never used guns." He's like, "No, your dad didn't like guns." But yeah. Yeah. He's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Your dad didn't say you didn't know how to use them. He He did it quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't say I didn't know how to use a revolver. I just don't like using it. That's his attitude. He knows how to use it, but he doesn't want to.
No, he knows
How do you
gung
think
fu.
they learned how to do it?
Yeah.
Freaking Alfred. Alfred taught him how to shoot. Why?
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
And here's the other thing. If he is at a point where he can't be able to physically take that gun out of their hands, he's got to know how to use it. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's the same with Barbara.
Yep. You gotta know how to put it back together.
You gotta know how a gun works.
He knows how to take them apart. So in order for him to know that is because he learned how to use it from Alfred. What was Alfred? What was he? He was a spy. He was a soldier.
Yep.
He taught him a lot. And people like look at Alfred like, oh, he's just this and that. No,
dude.
This is his dad. This guy raised him to be the ultimate detective. How did he learn to be a detective? Because Alfred was once a spy.
He was a spy, and he took him to various places, and he took him to various places across the world to say, you gotta learn criminology. Bruce ain't go to no fucking college. Bruce ain't go to no college. He learned that shit himself.
He never went to one college. Not once.
One. And Dick
met people in the world that taught him.
Yep. And he learned a bit. He learned enough to get by. That's it. He learned enough to get by.
He's literally a jack of all trades.
Yep. Okay, so let me see. It says sources close to TCN informed us that ATT wanted me to wants Ben Affleck to return as Batman, and also to resume work in adapting his original script for the Batman that originally featured Batman versus Deathstroke. No word yet on if the project is a theatrical release for HBO Max. I want. First of all, I'm sorry. This is what I want. I hope somebody listens. I hope somebody just passes it off to Ben or Joe Manganiello or Gareth Edwards. I want Gareth Edwards to do the movie.
What I said about that.
I want Gareth Edwards to direct this movie.
I want Ben back.
I want Ben back.
I want to. If I ever meet him, and if it's before he decides to become Batman, I was like, "Who you need me to beat up, bro?" I will do that. I will do that. I used to do it for a living. I will do that for free as long as you take Batman.
And also, I want him to do it only if he knows mentally he can get through it. That's the thing.
Well, he has I've noticed, like, my wife showed me who he's dating now, and like he's a lot happier with this particular person. He just needed somebody that was actually more down to earth than anybody else he's been with, like he was drinking when he was with J-Lo. Mm-hmm. And then when he ended up with Jennifer Gardner, he just went off the edge. Like, I don't know, it's something about her. I'm not saying she's a terrible person yet,
nope.
But
well, from what
there was something about that relationship that made him drink and gamble more. And then now that he's out of that and sober and been sober and with this this actress that he's with now, he's completely different. He doesn't mess with it anymore. He just hangs out with her and chills, like down to earth stuff, like small, simple things. And the actress he's dating is the one that did Knives Out. I know you didn't see that, but I
refuse to watch it. I refuse to watch it.
Daniel Craig was great.
Cool.
He was great.
I'm not watching a movie because that means I'm supporting Rian Johnson. I hate that fuck. Sorry. I hate him.
I'd rather deal with Rian Johnson than Tiki Waititi.
Mm.
And you gotta choose the two. Which one you would choose? I would choose the other one.
Let me see. All right, it says now with Matt Reeves, Batman. Oh, sorry, yeah. So what I want is Gareth Edwards to direct it. I want Ben to write it and be a producer. Ben to star in it, and I want versus Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke. And if they want to move forward with his Deathstroke, hold on.
Write it.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. That's fine. But if they move forward, then I would say Gareth Edwards with Joe Manganiello and give us that freaking Deathstroke. Because if Gareth Edwards is telling the world that what Joe Manganiello's script blew his mind, and this is the guy that gave us the Raid and the Raid 2, and it blew his mind, then I want that script. I want that script. I want that script. And if Ben wants to direct the Batman 2, which I think they should introduce Dick Grayson and Tim Drake, save Damian Wayne for later. I'm not saying not to erase him. I'm not saying we don't want him. What I'm saying is Let's go in a much easier concession. I want Tim Drake. I want Tim Drake introduced in this universe. He deserves a
Yeah,
lot more than anything else.
I want a Jason Todd movie, you know. I
That's what
want
I'm saying. No, no,
a
no,
Red
no,
Hood
no.
movie, you
I
know.
know.
Like,
What I'm saying is, I want Batman 2 to be the introduction of Dick Grayson. What happened with Dick Grayson? Give us a little bit of it in the first Batman in Ben Affleck's version, and give us Tim Drake towards the end, and make it lead up to a freaking a Red Hood storyline. So basically, we're
but I
building. We're
want
building.
Jensen to play that role, though. He did such a great job as the voice. I want him to. He's physically capable of still playing this character right now.
Mm-hmm.
He can get away with it. He kind of looks like the character in the freaking comic, so
Yep.
it would work.
Yeah.
He's not that tall, so it makes sense because
and he's still in real and also he's still in really good physical shape. Really good physical shape.
After Supernatural, yeah.
So why not? I have nothing against that. And we should have
he is an actor. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, he can do it. He can do it. He's been acting for a very long time, so it's not like he can't freaking do a movie. I mean, and on top of that, he'll have fun with it. He'll have fun with it, and I think that he will have a good level of chemistry with Ben and whoever they choose as Dick Grayson. I want them to choose a really good person as Dick Grayson, someone that can actually, if Ben decides to move off the role, and they want to go for, let's say they want to go forward, I'll be like, give this guy who's playing as Dick Grayson, give him the role of Batman. It will make a lot more sense. It's a progression. And then if they want to go back to a younger Batman and do whatever they want to do, then they can easily, however they want to mix it up. It's just however they want to do it. But I think that it's better for them to give us a good Jason Todd, give us a really good Dick Grayson, and a damn good Tim Drake, because then they don't have to have Tim Drake on the movies that much anymore. They can have him go off and do Teen Titans, or Teen Titans would be great for him to do. He can start the movie Teen Titans. Be freaking phenomenal, blowing everyone's mind.
Freaking what's his name? I just had his name. I noticed his acting skills have been very good lately. He was in High School Musical. What's his name?
Oh, you mean Zac Efron? Yeah,
if he was just a little bit taller, he could have easily played Dick, because his acting skills are so good now.
Yeah, they're saying that they want him as Dick Grayson.
And they did. I didn't even know that. I didn't even look it up.
A lot of people were asking. They want. They
definitely could have done it, because his acting range is very good now. So I can totally see him doing that, though. And it's kind of funny that for people who read comics and a person like me, saying the guy from High School Musical, I mean, come on.
Right? All right, so this is now with Matt Reeves, the Batman in production. This doesn't mean that they're stopping one and moving forward with another. This is DC, where the multiverse is prevalent. Now, that's one of the things a lot of people should give the CW some credit for, because I'm going to give them credit for them doing that Crisis on Infinite Earths as bad as the storyline was. It really did give a lot of credence to the multiverse itself. So it's not like they can say, well, I don't know how we're going to do this. Multiverse, bro. Figure it out. You got a multiverse to do. A TV show just gave you the multiverse. Just go, hey, we got a multiverse. Good. Marvel couldn't do that. Marvel did not even touch it. Marvel did not touch this. So move on. I don't want to talk about that.
Look at the writers they have. Like,
they're terrible.
Of course not. Yeah. But my thing is, and this is I guess a side note.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing, bro. Swamp Thing.
Yeah, right.
Did you see that news?
No,
Possibly it sounds like they got picked up by CW, bro. We're gonna get more Swamp Thing.
CW.
I'm so excited for that. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that, dude.
CW.
I don't care. It looks, because it was on the app and everything, but it was still CW level though. So
it was bloody as hell, dude. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that.
They had Supernatural. Supernatural was bloody. You cannot say, but the murder and mayhem that happened in that show, you can't have. Dude, they need to replace Supernatural, and Swamp Thing could be that.
It could, yeah.
Supernatural was incredibly bloody, bro. He chopped people in half with saws and other things, and then just bludgeon demons and blood everywhere, and he even killed humans in that show. Dean was killing everybody, and then you had No Soul Sam killing everybody. They need another show like that. They know they need another show like that. So there you go, Swamp Thing. They got it. And just put McG on it. Just put McG on it, dude. Run with it, bro. You obviously know how to run a show, dude. Run with it.
I would say Mick G has to work with James Wan, because that was James Wan's project.
Well, he could do that, but I mean, it's just the dude knows how to run a series. Look what he did. 15 years. 15 years. You're telling me this guy doesn't know how to run a series? You're an idiot.
I'm not saying that.
Not you.
But in general, yeah.
Like the industry, yeah. Like they're idiots to think that, well, what does he know? Have you ever heard of Supernatural? 15 years is a long time for any TV show out there right now besides Law and Order. And Law and Orders have been going on forever.
Yeah, been going on for, let me see, close to 20. This new SVU's been on for about 23, 24 years now.
Oh, wow. That's a long time. That's longer than the original show.
Yeah, it's been around for about 22,
like
23
20.
years. Yeah, it was 20 years, and they canceled it. Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah, right. Well, they had to cancel it because Jerry Orland died.
Yeah.
He died, so they're like, we can't go forward with this. They canceled it.
He was the main dude.
He was the main dude. The only other person was the main lawyer, and he pretty much just they kind of wrote him off the show. So it's like they're not gonna bring it back just for him. I mean, he could be like, no, I'm not doing it. They're still not gonna say they're gonna do it.
He ended up on something else.
Yeah.
And then you got the main cops who ended up flopping over to some of the other ones.
Yeah.
And then Savino, you had Savino for a little while.
Yep.
And that didn't work out.
Nope.
So it's like, well, there it is.
So they can, yeah.
So,
all right. So basically it's saying with Zack Snyder's Justice League coming in 2021, the question many have is what comes next. Ben has been seen in incredibly good shape over the past month or so, and with AT&T and Warner Media wanting Ben back in the fold, this could mean there is life for Affleck's Batman after Zack Snyder's Justice League. That depends on how they write the ending. Because if the ending says that nope, he's dead, then what do you want him to do? Do voiceovers?
You know what though?
What?
Remember how in the comic Darkseid had to displace?
Yeah, they could do that. They could do that.
Maybe he didn't kill him. Maybe he displaced him. Yeah. And every time he shows up in a new universe, that body of the original, the Bruce of that universe dies, and then he keeps coming. But then that leads into the freaking Green Lantern situation, with the freaking Dark Lanterns and stuff like that. So
yeah, right. So I mean,
he's the catalyst.
Yeah, so we just got to see how they do it. But if they want Ben Affleck back, I hope that Ben really thinks it over and makes the best choice. A lot of us will love to have him back. I mean, we would love to have him back as Batman, just to rub the taste out of our mouth of Robert Pattinson, and some of the stuff that's going on with that. And if I do not wish this movie to tank, because this is Matt Reeves' movie, and Matt Reeves did freaking 2 of the Apes movies, and he basically made us love apes who wanted to kill humans. So I think that I don't want him to tank. I want him to do a damn good job.
And there's a lot of emotion in those movies too. Though.
Yeah, there's an S ton of emotion in that movie, and he did it in the
last one.
Yeah, so I have no problem with that. I just have a problem with a couple of the casting choices. That's it. Other than that, the rest of the movie feels like it's going to be really cool. I want to watch for Paul Dano as the Riddler and for Colin Farrell as the Penguin. That's it. Everyone else can go fly a kite. Oh, I'm sorry. And got to give love for my man who's playing as Alfred. Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is Alfred.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, sorry.
This dude can act.
Yeah. So I
just Migo. Like, what the?
Yeah. All right.
And Caesar.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he plays Caesar. That's right. I forgot he plays Caesar.
Yeah,
so
dude.
yeah. All right. So talking about that, Robert Pattinson. One of the things that happened last month was he's talking about he doesn't want to work out for the movie.
Get out of here, bro. Go away. I've seen a couple movies that he's done, and I'm like, that's not too bad. I kind of want to see Tenet. Not really because of him, but because of it's one of the few movies out there that has a black hero lead that's not gonna suck.
Right.
Because we've been getting a lot of those that have been really crummy. really crummy. We don't have a Wesley Snipes anymore.
No.
You know, like that sucks because we need him to be Blade again, and then you get this other person. I'm like, you just ruined it.
Yeah,
You ruined it.
Ali.
And
Yeah.
Wesley's laughing because he's still in shape.
Mm-hmm.
He still could womp you from Tuesday. Like,
Right.
but no, Tenet looks good, but Robert Patterson's in that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'll tolerate him. I only tolerate him as an actor when he's in stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard.
Here's the thing, and what he says here makes me laugh my butt off here. So let me read this. It says, Robert Pattinson doesn't like the idea of working out for his role in The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, but he won't be following in the footsteps of previous performer Christian Bale. In Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, Bale gained a lot of weight to achieve his muscular physique. They actually screwed that up. He gained a lot of weight because he did the Machinist, where he was basically a stick.
Dying. He almost died.
Yeah.
It was a great movie, but he almost died.
Died twice. Shit.
Dude, I didn't need to almost die for this movie. Yeah, fuck this movie, bro. It was a good movie though, but fuck that movie.
But you're telling me it's like, no, he gained a lot of weight, and he also gained a little bit of bulk, but he wasn't like ripped or anything like that. He looked a little bit bigger than average. He was in good
really
shape.
In that great of shape.
No. So I don't know
never
what
been in phenomenal shape, this guy.
No.
Never. He's been in medium to frail bones and skin on top. And if anybody's never seen this movie, wow, you need to see this movie. It's nuts. But if you've never seen Christopher Nolan's debut to amazing film, you need to watch Memento.
Yep.
And if you don't know who Guy Pearce is, you're gonna learn that movie is wow.
Yeah, he got robbed too. I don't want to get into that, but he got robbed too.
Yeah,
Poor guy.
I know.
Okay,
he picked the wrong Marvel movie.
Right. Wow.
He could have been a hero. No, he got robbed. Like,
right.
Jesus.
All right. So this is what he said. This is funny. This is the part that cracks me up the most. It says, I think if you're working out all the time, you're part of the problem. Pattinson recently told GQ, despite being handed a strict fitness regimen for the part, you set a precedent. No one was doing this in the 70s. Even James Dean, he wasn't actually exactly ripped. No one say you need to be ripped, dude. We say you need to be in shape. You need to be shaped to look like a guy. How are you going to
fight somebody if you're just a guy sitting on a couch, bro? Like, how are you going to beat a dude who's on the streets beating up other dudes who are on the street trying to get on top of the fucking game? And you're going to sit there and try to beat this dude, just a regular freaking gangbanger? Just a regular guy? How you going to beat Mr. I hold the pistol sideways? He's gonna womp you. You're gonna die. Like you're not gonna beat this dude in a fight. Why? Because he's fighting to be on top.
Here's the funny thing. If he's not in shape, that means that Batsuit's got to make him look like he's muscular, and that means that they have to do it because because the stunt man who has to do with the stunts he's gonna be in shape.
Yeah.
This guy's
terrible.
It's terrible.
The stuntman's gonna outlive fucking Robert Pattinson. The stuntman should play. Matter of fact, there's a guy who did a, you know, the guy who does the cosplay as the Joker, right? Aaron something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can never remember his last name, but his first name is Aaron. And he has a great look as Joker. Like, if you guys never seen this guy's cosplay, it's amazing. But he's a low-budget filmmaker, and he did a low-budget Batman. That dude could play Batman. Have you seen this guy? He's a little bit older. He's got gray hair, but the dude's in shape, and he could really fight. So, you telling me that sitting on the couch is gonna help you live? Alfred can kill you.
Right. Alfred's gonna kill you.
Alfred can kill you.
Master Wayne, let me teach you how to do a hip toss. Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that, Master Wayne.
Well, Master Wayne, you should get off the couch. Because What,
This is gonna be
what woman's gonna like
he's
a guy
gonna
who
be
throws
terrible.
you
He's gonna be
dust?
so freaking terrible as Batman. I'm sorry.
It reminds me of being that pixie dust freaking character that he was.
Oh,
Not,
speaking. So you just brought it up. Here's the referencing his experience working on the Twilight movies. The actor added, "The one time they told me to take off my shirt, I think they told me to put it back on again."
yeah, you're pale, bro. Like, get some sun, my dude. You are not in shape. They told you to put it back on. You are not a good looking dude. Put it back
Wow,
on.
dude. And then
And they put sparkles. You took it off. They put sparkles so nobody can see how fugly you are, dude. This is what. Wow.
Pattinson's personal trainer apparently pleaded with him to use the Bozu ball during the coronavirus lockdown, but he's barely doing anything. He's not completely gone off the map though. There's a meal plan he's decided to stick to, which includes tuna topped with Tabasco as well as vanilla protein powder sprinkled on some oatmeal. So
Tabasco,
what?
man, use cayenne pepper, bro. Don't be a pussy. Cayenne pepper has so many properties that helps you with your lungs, losing weight, blood flow. Like, are you kidding me? It helps you with headaches. No, like there's too many properties in cayenne pepper. Forget Tabasco sauce, fucking pussy.
No. This is the. He's gonna have a meal plan, but the meal plan is not gonna do anything.
It's just gonna help him gain weight.
He's gonna have to gain weight. That's it. If he's barely doing anything, what the?
Get fired, bro. It's gonna help him get fired. Let him get fired. Screw that guy.
Oh
Let him get fired. I don't care. I hated the idea of him being the character, anyways.
All right. Well,
he doesn't have the intellect enough to play Bruce.
Yeah.
Let alone play Batman.
You were going from Ben Affleck, who gained probably what 20 pounds of muscle, and I mean muscle.
Yeah.
To a dude that's like not even a third. It's like 25% of the girl. Yeah.
And he doesn't work out like he used to. I mean, he's in shape. Like, this dude's in shape, but it's just, I don't know, man. Arnold is constantly in shape, and he's old, and he's like, nah, I'm never giving this life up, because it's a lifestyle. You have to choose that type of lifestyle. It's not something that normal people
Forget that. Henry Cavill. And he got bigger. He gained too much. For The Witcher.
Yeah, my wife doesn't even like him as an actor, though.
Whatever.
It's okay, though.
I don't care, dude.
I mean, he hasn't done too many movies where I'm like, I want to watch that movie. Now, there was a couple of movies that I watched. His mystery one. What was it? What was the one he did with Ben Kingsley? Sir Ben Kingsley.
Oh my God, I don't know off the top of my head.
It was Night something. But yeah, that actually, it was pretty good. I only saw it once though, but it was Night something. And it's funny, I saw it once.
Night Hunter.
I actually had it. Yes. That movie was actually pretty good.
Cool.
And but he played a very kind of just lazy kind of character though. Like, you watch him and it's like, dude, you can act a little bit more. It's like, come on, bro. He's like, well, I just got fired from Superman. I'm just gonna be lazy with this character. It's like, poor guy. You lost it because they don't know what they're doing.
You can't do Bane in the next movie. Oh God, dude. Okay, I'm not talking about that no more. Let's move on. Wow, they want Bane. Bane will break him like a twig, dude. I break you. Yes, you can.
I'm not gonna break you like in the comic books. I'm going to break you with pinkies.
With pinkies, yeah, right. Jesus Christ. All right. So now let's get some better news. It says Justice League, Zack Snyder reveals one of the changes he's making for his cut. So let's see. They changed the color grading. So instead of it being kind of monotoned a little bit, they darkened the colors. They basically, he's going to change his color grading. So they're probably going to go back to a kind of a bright. Why change it? Just do the way he wanted to originally do it.
There might be some things he noticed that he wants people to see, and it's not showing as much. This is something he's editing, though.
Yes.
So maybe he's changing the color grading because he noticed, like, no, people need to see that. It's an Easter egg. It's very important that they notice this.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. With the color that I have right now, they won't see it at all. So maybe there's things that he wants, detail wise, that he wants people to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Also, he's gonna work on the ADR. He's gonna put in the he's gonna work on the visual effects and also the any level of reshoots they need to do. That means they're gonna have to reshoot the third act. No, they might have to. No, they're gonna add in the Martian Manhunter scene that he wanted to kind of put in there, but he couldn't do it because of the time frame. So that's probably one thing he's gonna put in, and maybe a couple of other things. That would be cool. So this one's about the color grading. Okay, that's cool. No, I'm not subscribing to your YouTube. Sorry, Heroic Hollywood, because I think you guys still are crap. Let's see. This one talks about Justice League could be a DC Comics huge second chance at the cinematic universe. There was never a second chance. Just people like you guys didn't give two shits. Cinema Blend is crap, honestly, but they give out some level of news. Let's see. So they're talking about that Zack Snyder's Justice League could restore the original two-part structure. So if they do this, it might mean that they might go back to it being part 1 and then part 2.
I like the trilogy and quadrilogy method for storytelling, though. I've always liked that.
Yeah, and he wanted to do a 5-part, but that's no way they could do that. I know, but there's no way he could do that because that means I think that it means that BVS should have been split into 2 movies, but he's not going to redo that. That's dumb.
Well, no, you could leave it as one, and then he can do an extra movie. Why not?
That's
you
just
do a Martian Manhunter driven storyline, you know, or
yeah. Once in a while, to kind of do Martian Manhunter. Yeah, there's some things they could do, but we'll see how they do it because if they're going to go forward with it, Zack Snyder's universe, that means that they're going to continue with his storyline. That means he's going to be the overseer of everything. But I know a lot of people out there are going to be saying the same thing like, well, then that means the same thing with Kevin Feige. And here's the proof. Wonder Woman and Aquaman. They were all part of Zack Snyder's original storyline, but the directors had their own ideas they wanted to put in, but give those Easter eggs, and even Shazam. Shazam was all part of the same thing because you got BVS in there and Superman's death. And Superman at the end of it. So it's part of Zack Snyder's universe. So
and for people to know, it was really Henry, even though you didn't see him in that scene.
Yeah, because
he showed up real quick.
No, it wasn't Henry. It was the guy. It was Henry's stunt double. The guy
but it was supposed to be his Superman.
Like, yeah, it was supposed to be his Superman. Yeah, it was supposed to be really his Superman. Yeah.
That's why I was like, but you didn't really see him. But it was really Henry Superman. It wasn't a new Superman. Like he's part of the same universe.
Yep.
Yeah, because if Henry was in it, they would have showed him, dude.
Oh no, they wanted him. They wanted him, but but DC could not come with the part of the a contract with him.
No, it was something else too. He was, I think, still messing around with Mission Impossible stuff at the time.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't promoting it still.
He was still he was promoting it, but during the time
when you're promoting films, sometimes you can't leave the film.
No. I understand that part, but what I mean is that I think that the time that they were gonna do the filming, he wasn't doing Mission Impossible.
No, he was probably doing 900 at the time, but he was still promoting Mission Impossible in other countries and stuff. So
yeah,
it was kind of one of those weird things where he was probably filming one movie and then promoting once in a while for something else.
Yeah. Well, it's the fly on the wall. That scene could have been the first thing they filmed, for all we know.
Yeah. I mean, also too, you know, he loves playing the characters, so it's not like he would just say no just because. No,
because again, I think they were from a lot of the things they were saying, like they were still negotiating out that contract, and I think it was more in the fact. Here's my personal opinion, and I said it in another video. I think it was Toby Emmerich that was really hindering on that. he was really screwed on with that contract. He probably wanted to move away from Zack Snyder stuff and let's do something different. And others are like, dude, let's bring him back as Superman. You can't.
Yeah, like you want Shazam to be a part of this.
Yeah, they're screwed on with that contract too much. His contract, so they didn't come down to a contract to have him come back. So that's why it's taking so long.
Because people forget, like, Superman helped Shazam become a better hero.
Yeah. There was one guy, and I want to do this real quick so we can keep going. There's a couple of others I wanted to go over. One more thing we can go over. One guy was doing wants Lois and Clark to adopt Billy, so we get that whole thing. I'm like, no, that's stupid.
No, that's a terrible.
That's a terrible thing to do. Terrible thing to do, because then you're taking away from Shazam, and then on top of that, we need to see Lois and Clark grow before you introduce a kid.
Yeah.
Before you introduce a kid into the situation, we got to see the two of them grow. You had in BVS, you had in Man of Steel. She's being attracted to this alien. And number two, she doesn't know if she's the right person to be with him, because she doesn't want to be a hindrance to him. She wants him to be a hero, but she wants to have a family, but she doesn't want to be the one thing that's holding him back from being a hero.
Yeah, and there's that factor of he can't have kids with humans.
And yeah, again, we don't know. Again, yeah, it's one of the things. Yeah, we don't know.
Kind of one of those things. But in most variations of him, he was unable to have kids with humans.
Yeah, it was just shit. He couldn't. So why in the heck would you want to introduce? And then you introduce Billy Batson, who's having parental issues. And yes, it's Superman, but you also got to realize that he's a teenage kid. He's going to want to do his own thing. Why would you introduce a massive level of drama in the middle of it? It's not going to be Sunshine and Roses in the first movie. It's going to be a lot of problems. Mainly due to the fact is Lois is going to be consistently always gone, because she's a reporter. She's a hard-edged reporter. She's not going to be at home. She's not going to be a stay-at-home mom right off the bat. At all. She's not going to do that at first. And then two, you're doing this within the first year of their marriage. Not marriage. I'm sorry. Their engagement. They're not even married.
Yeah, not married yet.
So what the fuck are you? To me, that made absolutely no sense. So it's not like I'm not saying that I want that Superman Shazam relationship. What I'm saying is let Shazam be with that family. Let him. You already introduced him to this new family. He has a family, and he has other kids that now he can be friends with and grow with. And now you want to take him out of that situation and put him in freaking Superman's house?
Yeah, well, on top of that, you introduced his friends from the New 52 situation.
Yeah.
Powers.
So he just gave him powers. So why the hell?
Group are his peers.
Yeah.
He has that. He doesn't need Superman. They'll learn together.
Yeah, and then here's the third thing. Their mission is to, they'll be heroes, but their other mission is they gotta guard the Rock of Eternity and the realm of magic itself. They're the guardians of the magical realm.
I can't teach them that.
Superman can't teach them that crap.
Who can help them understand is Satana.
Yeah.
She's the only one.
She's the only one.
I swear there's going to be people like, well, what about Constantine? No. Because he would manipulate them and gain something from it and ruin things and cause problems. That's what Constantine does.
He always does. He's a hero, but he's greedy. He's greedy.
Yeah, that's why demons like him so much. And that's why they don't want to kill him right away, because they like toying with him.
And then and the other person is Dr. Fate. He's the only other person. Those are the two people that could. Dr. Fate wouldn't. Dr. Fate's
kind of hard, man. Because
no, Dr. Fate will teach him, but he won't. He'll only give them what he thinks that they need to know, because they have the power of Shazam.
He's kind of hard because he's like, well, you already have this. What do you really need me for? But I'll give you this pointer. I'll give you that pointer.
He'll give pointers. Zatanna will actually. That'll be great. She'll stay there. She'll help them, and also the only other thing that she will do is she'll treat them like kids, because they're all kids. She'll treat them like kids, and she'll be the mother hen, which will upset her a little bit, because she's like, why the hell am I babysitting all these kids for? But they're powerful as hell. But at the same time, she'll look at them as, dude,
are they going to destroy things?
Something,
Maybe I should help them.
Yeah, so I agree to that.
Stupid. So she would be the perfect fit.
Now,
We're not gonna get that, but yeah.
no, we're not gonna get that. Now they're trying to throw in that Flashpoint can serve as DC Extended Universe's huge endgame. No. I'm tired of people trying to use Flashpoint as the way to reboot everything. There is so many ways you could reboot and change everything. You could say, I don't know, magic. Magic. Cersei can do it. The gods can do it. Yeah, Eclipso can do it. Eclipso can easily do it. You can make the Spectre come out of nowhere. You can have oh my god, I forgot his name. I forgot the guy.
It's kind of funny with him though because he might or might not want to help.
Yeah.
So he's like, you guys are kind of assholes, so I'm gonna let you die. You know, he's kind of an a-hole. So resetting would mean something so catastrophic that he was like, no, I need to do this. This doesn't happen at all.
Exactly, that's what I mean. One other is Pandora. Pandora can do it.
I wouldn't want that though.
No. The Endless. The Endless. The Endless can do it. The ancient gods of the ancient gods of the Vertigo universe, which is part of DC's universe. They're the gods. They're the entity gods. They can easily reboot the universe and go boop boop. So like, come on, man. There's tons and tons and tons of ways. You don't have to use the Flash. You don't have to use the Flash as the MacGuffin, the banana peel situation. No, let's get away from Flashpoint because the TV show did it, and the animated universe did it. No need for them to do it on the movie spectrum.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Stranger.
Yeah, thank you. The Phantom Stranger. Thank you. He could do a lot. He's pretty freaking powerful. But rebooting a universe, he wouldn't do it. Again, it's one of those situations. He's like a watcher. If something's going to happen that's so big, he'd be like, I got to help this before this gets all screwed up.
Yeah, he could, though.
There's
a high chance that he could, but...
There's tons and tons of ways he can do it, man.
There's too much stuff going on for him to worry about. And he's like, no. Because this is not the only Earth that he deals with.
No, he's part of the multiverse. He
deals with other ones. So, because there's only one, like, people don't understand, it's only one Phantom Stranger. It's not a bunch of Phantom Strangers.
Nope.
He is the only one. So he goes through the different Earths to...
Say it goes for Spectre. Say it goes for Spectre. He's only supposed to be only one.
Only one. You got multiple dead men, but they're not in every Earth, though.
Nope.
There's only like maybe a handful. Maybe.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Spectre and Phantom Stranger are literally one.
Yep. Okay, so, alrighty, so we might get a second chance at the cinematic universe, which is what I think a lot of people want. I think that they just take their time. There's no reason now. I mean, this whole year, 2020, is all screwed. So they can easily just look at what's going on and figure out what's the best course of action. They could take a little bit of what Marvel did and have one person at the helm, and I think that one person at the helm should be Zack, but let Zack go off and do movies that he wants, but they should also let other directors come in, and if they want to add to the cinematic universe, let them. If they don't, then it's part of an Elseworlds. It's part of an Elseworlds, you know. But we're not saying no to their movie. We're saying, heck yeah, let's go ahead and make the movie like Matt Reeves' Batman. He doesn't want to be part of the DC universe. Great, cool. That means that means whatever he's doing, who cares? We can be invested in the movie, but we don't have to be invested in that's part of the whole grander whole. And if other directors want to come in and say, hey, I want to add my flavor to it, and I'm still going to pay respects, then let the guy come in and pay his respects. But they should follow a good, decent blueprint and work off of each other director's movie. So let's say they want to do one where all the magical people are coming together. So they're doing a Justice League Dark, but they need Batman. And Batman says, "No, I don't want to do it. Go get Diana. She's magic." They're like, "Oh, okay, but we need Batman." No, go get Diana. She'll be helpful for you.
Yeah, they still want to get her. They still want to get her. They're like, "Nah, she's pompous, bro." Like,
yeah.
I mean, you're kind of.
But here's the thing though. The situation that they're in, her physical presence there would be enough, and then you write her and that'll be enough. And you get her a part of it, but you have the director pay respects to how Patty Jenkins wrote this chick. I don't want her to come in and be like, she's Patty Jenkins version, all of a sudden she's this bloodthirsty freaking murdering machine Amazon. You're like, wait a minute, it's cool, but that's not the way she's written, bro. What the fuck are you doing? I want her written the way she's supposed to be written. I don't want her to be written like she knows all this stuff. She's been part of the Justice League for a few years now, so she understands how to work with a dynamic. But you come in and she's sitting there saying, and she's being her pump herself saying, nah, I can handle this by myself. It goes forward. Wait a minute, that makes no sense.
Yeah, because like people don't realize one other thing too, outside of Wonder Woman, but with Batman, the reason why magic people go to him is because he has a high potential for magic.
Mm-hmm.
He can become a wizard or a warlock. Like he has the ability to use real magic, but he doesn't do it.
No, he's
want to weird keystone human, and that's why they're
that's
too much.
Yeah, the thing that a lot of people are like, really, he knows. I say, dude, he knows the true basis of magic, which is sleight of hand and escapism. That's it. That's all he wanted to learn. So just in case if he gets captured, he knows how to get out of there. He knows how to get out. What the fuck? You put handcuffs on him. Yeah.
And he looked at him like, wait, you actually know magic. He kind of freaked out a little when he saw that. Even Constantine was like, wait a minute. How come you don't do this? He was like, I don't want to. I don't like it. Okay. No. And he left it at that. He's like, okay, like, dude, you can learn this stuff. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't want it.
No, he has better. He wants to save his city. He's not thinking about no magical realm. And then on top of it, when he joins Justice League, it's like, I got a planet to look after. Magical realm, leave that to you guys. You got more than enough, dude. You got more than enough, dude. You don't need me.
It's like when Superman, even Wonder Woman, when they're like, well, we need to go take care of this. He's like, no. I know somebody. Let me tell him what's going on, and then we do our thing here. You don't need to go off doing stuff that you don't know nothing about. I know people. Let me go tell them.
Yep.
Then they listen to him and they find out, hold up, he's not right in the head. No, he's not. No. But he does know situations better than you.
He understands the full spectrum, and he rather get somebody that's more supplemental than you being a bull in a china shop. That's how he wants to handle it.
Well, which Mythbusters proved that that's not true, bro.
What?
Bulls are very agile.
Oh, I understand.
They will not hit the plates, none of that. So it should be more of a white 5-year-old in a china shop. That's how it should be. A freaking white child spoiled the shit, running around fucking breaking shit. That's the perfect analogy right there.
Or any 5-year-old kid.
Shit and then blame it on everybody else. Fucking shit. Get that snowflake out of here. Fucking up my shop.
Okay, so now comic book news did one, and they're saying Man of Steel 2, Henry Cavill, Dwayne Johnson, and Zack Snyder rumored. I like 2 to 3. Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder coming back for this Man of Steel 2. I am good. Dwayne Johnson, I kind of want to wait until after they do Black Adam before I would say put him in Man of Steel, because it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, why would he be in Man of Steel anyways?
Yeah, I don't think they should do that. I think if you want my honest opinion, and I think and a lot of people have said this before, and I kind of agree. I think Man of Steel 2 should be Brainiac. It should be the coming of Brainiac, or no. I'm sorry, no. That's another Justice League movie. I'm sorry. No, I think that they should do Parasite and Metallo. Sorry, Parasite and Metallo be more than enough.
That's a lot. That leads into a whole Justice League movie.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's not normal. Like even he physically cannot do it alone. He needs the freaking super brain human, freaking Batman to help him. Because look, Superman's not that smart, man.
Yeah, he's smart. I mean, he's smart. There's a couple people that are actually way smarter than him. But here, the thing I think that if people understand, introduce Brainiac, but I would wait until they finally are done with Darkseid and do a whole arc like they did with Darkseid with Brainiac. Brainiac can hold a whole arc by himself, because this dude has captured planets, and you're telling me that you need a movie to do.
Brainiac.
No, he doesn't want to.
Dangerous. He's dangerous. He's like, nah, bro.
He'll kill him, dude. Yeah.
Go away. Like, don't touch my planet.
I want your technology part of my grand will. Nah, bro. I'm gonna Omega beam you to death, dude. You gotta get out of here.
Omega beam, Omega beam. Get out of here, bro. Get your skull ship out of here, too. I don't want you near me.
All right, it's claimed that Man of Steel 2 will happen with Henry Cavill, Superman, and possibly Zack Snyder and Dwayne Johnson. I think they should just say no, Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder. Dwayne Johnson, that's it. They don't need Dwayne Johnson. They don't really need him.
Man, who could play Metallo?
Dude, you know, I said it right off the bat. They should have they should find a way, open up that portal, and bring back oh my God, my boy who played as Stabler. My boy who played as Stabler.
Oh, Chris
Minoli. Yeah, bring him back and make him Metallo. Metallo.
No, because he ended up liking Superman. No.
No.
Always hated Superman.
No. There's a reasoning. He went cuckoo. We don't know how humans act in that freaking place.
Cyborg Superman then.
That would be cool. Yeah, Cyborg Superman would be cool.
Better.
Yeah, you're right. Because he sees himself as a hero.
Yes. Make him Cyborg Superman, dude. Like, just throw in that. He ends up helping him, and then he goes like nutty buddy because he starts realizing things. He's like, "Wait,
a good death,
fault, bro.
A good death is its own reward."
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, Cyborg Superman. Superman.
Cyborg Superman. Okay. Yeah, because all right.
Not Metallo. Metallo's taller too.
True.
That's
if he's in massive robot form, yeah. But I mean, regular human dude, no. He's probably about 6 foot. Yeah, that's something to think about. Yeah, Metallo and Parasite, Rudy Jones.
Yeah, Parasite. It has to be. Oh, dude, you get Andy Serkis to play Parasite, bro.
No, who's gonna play as Rudy Jones though?
I don't know.
You know, it's gonna sound funny, but I think that you gotta remember, everyone's like, Rudy Jones is a squirrely looking dude that you could just beat the living snot out of.
Harry Potter.
No. He could do it. Yeah, he can do it. Hold on.
Or you can even get the kid from the TV
Topher Grace
series.
Topher Grace. Get Topher Grace.
Topher Grace? Nah, he's not that squirrely.
He aged out of it. Yeah, he aged out of it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
he aged out of it.
He's not that squirrely anymore. It's kind of hard now.
Yeah, you gotta get someone that's a squirrely looking person. Thin as fuck. He like a person you can really beat the living daylights out of. Like,
the Harry Potter guy is still kind of squirrely, bro. Like,
yeah.
Guns, Jimbo or whatever movie he just did. He's super squirrely in that movie. I'm like, bro, he's gonna get murked.
All right. So it says a rumor comes with. Oh, okay. Who put previous rumor back in March about Henry Cavill appearing as Superman in Shazam 2, while along recent news of Henry Cavill returning as Superman. Yeah, because they were talking about they were gonna because Dwayne Johnson was talking about that he wanted Henry Cavill as Superman when he does Black Adam. He wanted to do a Batman.
Because Superman fights against him when he first comes back.
Yeah.
And then Superman couldn't handle it, and he was like, "Yo, I need somebody that understands this guy." And then he finds Shazam.
Yeah, he finds Billy.
He's like, son of a bitch, dude, you're the perfect guy to fight him. Remember, because he doesn't know that he's Billy Batson, though. They didn't learn that he was a kid until like Bruce figured it out. He's like, "You got the mentality of a 10." Oh my God, you're a kid.
Right.
I was like, man, you act like a 10-year-old. Okay. I don't know. Very deceiving magic is.
Okay, so
like, dude, you need to go, bro. Like, grow up first.
The rumor goes on to state that AT&T, the parent company of Warner Brothers, sees the Snyder Cut as an explosive promotional vehicle for Man of Steel 2 going forward. Duh, because the end of the damn movie is supposed to show Superman doing the classic ripping the shirt open. You see the S and him flying off to go and save somebody. So, yeah, I think that would be a vehicle. Moron. Duh.
Dopey dopey.
Right? According to the rumor, AT&T doesn't want to scrap the Zack Snyder DCEU and wants to move forward with it. Bull. Which fits with what Grace Randolph. Now, Grace Randolph, I know you wouldn't give two craps, but this is the chick that basically is dumb. She's dumb, and she's a bandwagoner. She's a massive bandwagoner. And then it says Warner Brothers requesting that Zack Snyder include seeds for Man of Steel 2 and Justice League 2. There's no need to. Everything's in the goddamn movie itself. You could easily do a Justice League 2, and you fucking dumb.
I hate filler. That's why I don't ask for lettuce in any food that's in my fast food. No filler. Get that filler out of here. Right. That means don't put filler in a movie. That's stupid. Let's have a flashback. No. If it's not consistent with a new scene, I don't need a flashback of something that I might have in my DVD collection already.
Yeah. Into a Snyder Cut that will get released on HBO Max next year. It also fits in with AT&T and not Warner Brothers, who greenlit the Snyder Cut after Zack showed off a cut to executives. So he showed off the cut to the AT&T people.
That was smart. That man is smart. That was very smart. Because that showed that he knows the movie industry is straight trash. So he went straight to the people who control their money.
Yep.
That was smart. It's like, and the AT&T, they're like, well, we're all about communication, bro. Come on in.
Yeah. Well, that, and also the fact is, listen, I want to be perfectly clear about it. They want to make money too. AT&T wants to make money, but they were getting from Toby Emmerich and a whole bunch of other people like, hey, no, that cut was blah, blah. We don't know. There's a fly in the wall. We don't know what was really going on but closed doors. We can only assume. But by them greenlighting that cut right off the bat and say, hey, wait a minute, what the hell? We can make a whole bunch of money off of this. Boom. That shows right off the bat that they must have been like, what the hell were you guys doing over there? Flat.
Yeah. There's people being fired right now as we speak. And they're looking for replacements right now. How much you want that?
No. Here's the thing. I know Walter Mott doesn't have to worry about it because he came in right after all this bullshit, and they got in a brand new president after they fired Kevin Tsuchihara. But Toby Emmerich's still there. He should be gone. And her name is Ann Sarnoff. She's the president of WB, and they need to figure out what's going on with the DC Entertainment section. But if they're gonna continue on with his movies, with his universe, basically, he needs to be the executive of it all. They need to go through him, and the directors need to go through him if they're gonna continue on. That's the flat.
What Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan should be, what Jim Lee is to the comic book universe.
Yep.
That's what those two need to be. Mm-hmm. Because they made the most popular movies. No matter what anybody says, they did though. They made the most popular movie, consistent movies, not just I'm going to do one and then look, Aquaman's great, very good. Wonder Woman's okay, not that good at the end of it though. But
I said it numerous times. I think I said it to you. Wonder Woman I think it's a great movie. The third act just made no fucking sense. Yeah, it made no sense at all. Aquaman was consistent. You understood from the beginning, the middle, and to the end. You understood every single act. What he is. The only problem is I understood that some of the acting was very comedy based. You could feel that it didn't feel like it was grounded. There were certain elements that felt like it was grounded, but the other elements did not. But
with him, you can't really say like the grounded thing because he's kind of an alcoholic trying to deal with stuff, so he's gonna have like emotions all over the place.
No, I understand that.
The other actors around him, it kind of
it flat. Yeah, but Patrick Wilson killed it as Orm. I don't care. He killed it. He was awesome as Orm.
Great job.
He did a great job. The dude, Yaya, I forgot his whole name. Yaya, the guy who played his Black Manta, dude, he was awesome as Black Manta. Flat. And then they got the guy who played the voice of Black Manta, Michael Beach. He was the voice of Black Manta in the cartoons.
Yeah.
They got him to play his dad.
He kind of gets
He gets S on.
shit on, man.
Yeah, he gets
Like,
S on.
he's a phenomenal actor that gets,
Yeah,
and a
my
human being
yeah,
who
he's
gets
a
shit on.
Michael Beach is badass, dude. But the guy who played as his son, dude, he killed it. You saw he was angry, dude. He
But my
was
thing is, it was their
angry.
fault.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was their
their
fault.
fault in the first place. And you're
I know.
blaming this poor guy for trying to save people's lives. He's like, look, man, like, let the ocean decide. And he walked out. Because
Yeah.
remember, at that time, he's still an alcoholic. So
Yeah,
he's
he didn't
not
give two.
thinking
He
straight.
didn't give a care. He didn't give two craps.
Yeah, you shot me with the missile. We're done.
We're good, bro.
That hurt. No, we're
I
not
know,
really
right?
dead.
Help him! His guts are crushed. We're good, bro. Let the
He's
ocean
dead.
decide his fate. He's
He's
dead.
already dead. Even if he saved him, he's dead. And then you guys are going to still try to kill him anyway. So he's like, nah, we're good, bro.
Yeah, we're good.
Like, you die too, please. Oh, you came back. Damn. All right. Well, shit.
So
Let
they
me
said,
deal with you for the rest of my life.
"Oh, there's something I want to tell you about that. I think they could easily do like a good symmetry portion." Let me see. It said there has been no discussions for Zack Snyder to direct Man of Steel 2. That Zack is expected to be approached to direct the sequel to his 2013 movie that introduced Henry Cavill Superman and spearheaded the DCEU. Well, we don't know anything until after Army of the Dead is out. When Army of the Dead is out and he's doing his promotions for that for Netflix, then we'll know what's going to happen. Because right now, I think he's going to work on this, and then he's going to have to finish up the editing for Army of the Dead, and then he's going to start talking about what he's going to do next. Because he probably has
Did they
like
ever come out with a trailer for that yet or no?
nope. That's why I know they're still in the middle of editing.
Yeah, I'm a little curious about how it looks.
And it says, ATT has strong faith in the Snyder Cut living up to the hype. The social media response from the fans has them thrilled about how they can expand the franchise. That's why I know that they must have seen this. They had to have seen this cut for them to say, we can make a lot of money off of this. Duh. So they must have seen it. So, and they've seen that the social media people, it breaks the internet every time Zack Snyder does something. When he shows a picture, it breaks the internet. It tweets all over the fucking place. So,
It's like,
yeah.
what is this?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So, the one thing, yeah, right. Okay. So this one last portion, this one I want to throw at you, man. Here's how I would have done. Like, let's say Aquaman 3, right? He has dealt with all this stuff. Orm is still the vizier. He's like the advisor for Arthur, and Mira has his son Orin. No, I forgot his son's name. Arthur Jr. Basically. You create a scene in Aquaman 2. You create a scene where Black Manta kills both his parents. He kills both his parents ruthlessly.
Yeah, he needs to die.
Okay,
Like,
kills them
he's
just straight
cocky.
ruthlessly, and he gets away. No. He basically Arthur and him have one final battle. He thinks he kills him. No body, no death. So you go no body, no death. He isn't. He thinks he's dead, but no body,
Yeah,
no
you're
death.
leading to this motherfucker killing his kid too. Oh man.
Yeah. So he basically he gets into Atlantis, takes out all the guards, grabs his son, takes him to the trench, and basically has him go through one final battle with him. And when his son's about to die, he says, "Come on, my son is innocent." He goes, "Let the ocean decide your son's fate," and he gets away. So he has to make a decision: go after the man that tried or save his son, but he's pinned, he's screwed, and that's where you get him to cut his own hand off, and he goes to try to save his son, and it puts that anger in him that basically this a-hole
All
killed
humans must die.
that basically this guy killed his family in front of him, got away with it, usurped a lot of crap going on in Atlantis because there's storylines going on. He usurps a lot of crap going on in Atlantis, creates a civil war within Atlantis that Arthur has to take care of. He finds out the truth about Orin, Ocean Master, and that Ocean Master gave Black Manta all that gear that sent this that created this. So he created Black Manta, and now he had to sacrifice his hand to save his son and allow his greatest enemy to get away so he could cause more crap. And he did the same thing He did the same thing to him that Arthur did to him and his father. He said, he's like, dude, come on, save my son, please. And he goes, let your ocean decide your son's fate. Bye. And he leaves him. And Arthur's like, well, I'll be damned. He just did the same thing to me. He did the same.
Black Manta did extra though. The homie killed his parents.
Yeah.
And then you go after his kid too. It's like, yo, bro, leave him alone. Like, it was your fault in the first place. You ignorant fuck. Like, leave him alone.
But here's the thing, though.
I haven't come and killed you yet.
And people go, wow, that's messed up. So yeah, but you also got to realize that you can't make Ocean Master the bad guy, or he will be dead. He will be dead. He'll be dead. So make him what Loki should have been. More of, you know what? He's going to be the advisor for Arthur to say, hey, listen, I will help you with with what's going on in Atlantis. I will help you with Atlantis. He will not betray him. He doesn't betray him worth anything.
Yeah, he's afraid of him.
Yeah, he will crush him like a freaking egg, dude. So
even when he was Ocean Master, he was definitely afraid of him. He was like, no. I'm not getting nowhere near this dude. I can't fight him. Mm-mm.
Right?
He could punch me with, and I'm dead.
So that's why you're giving all those storylines to Black Manta, and you're making it a true blood hatred, a pure blood feud between the both of them. Black Manta doesn't give two craps. He thinks, hey man, that dude could have saved my family. That dude could have saved my dad. And who knows if he would have went after him or not. He'd been like, you know what, screw it. This guy messed us up. We'll forget it. Who knows? So we don't know.
Yeah, but the dad was ignorant, though. He would have done.
Oh yeah, the dad would have been like, screw that crap. We're gonna have to kill him. He's gonna be a consistent thorn on our side. But we don't know. That's what I said. So now he created a blood feud between them. Yeah. But that's all I would have done. I would have made it where you get that.
Well, it has to be a blood feud because Aqualad is whose kid?
Yeah.
Rick and Black Manta's son. He I mean, it's like, hey man, you killed my son, but guess who taught your son how to be a hero? Screwball.
Fish guy. Fish guy. But yeah, you could easily do that where he has a son and everything, a hidden son, and he finds out about his kid, tries to come and get him, but no one knows that's his kid.
Aqualad didn't want nothing to do with his dad though.
No, he didn't know until Arthur told him, which made him kind of say screw to both of them for a little bit. But then he went back to Aquaman and said, no, screw that.
Well, the mirror helped him though, because remember he knows magic.
Yep.
So that because he doesn't have like the strength or anything that he has, he knows magic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Garth. Well, that's Garth, not Calderon. Calderon is physically powerful. He's a physical powerhouse. But Garth is the magical dude. He's frail as hell, dude. He can't take a punch. He can't take a punch, but his magic is on par with Mara's. Mara was like, oh my god, how powerful he is. When he was Tempest, goodbye. Goodbye. He could control the ocean, dude. He could create a typhoon out of nowhere. You're like, oh my god. And Mara can do that too. So it's like, yeesh. So he's powerful. So you could do Garth, but I'll say, yeah, let's expand that universe a little bit more. They did a really good job with it in the first Aquaman movie, but yeah, but that's why I think that they're taking a sweet time on it now, because they want to know what's going to be the landscape. Because one, they don't know what they're going to do with Amber Heard, which I think they should write her off and then recast the character. Write her off.
How was she cast in the first place?
I don't know. I'm not even going to assume. Screw it. I don't know.
So shocked. I was like, what the hell?
I don't know. Maybe someone like their TNA. I mean, well, no, I think Zack is the one that casted her. Because remember, she was casted in Justice League.
Yeah,
so
man.
I don't know. Maybe here's the thing. It's one of those things that a lot of people say. Then the same thing goes for Gal Gadot. She can't act. I mean, so it's like, well, she had a look. She probably has a look.
Her acting, it's about the heinous garbage that she's done.
Again, Zack is not one of those guys that's gonna be sitting there looking at the past and go, you know what, I don't want. No, he's like, hey, she's the right person for the job. She has that right look. Let's do it. But I mean, but now
she didn't, though. That's the thing. She didn't have the right look. You just dyed her hair. That's it.
Pretty much.
It's like she didn't have a look.
I don't know. I don't know. It's you got to talk to Zack about that. Like, why did he cast her? Because he cast her in Justice League. People were like, no, it wasn't Joss Whedon. It was Zack Snyder. It was Zack. Zack casted her in the damn movie.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I
I
don't know.
think it was a poor choice.
I think it was. I really didn't care. The first movie shouldn't have been about her. Wasn't that much about her in the first place. It was about Arthur. I didn't give two craps.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go ahead and leave it there. At this for about an hour and 40 minutes, so we don't make it too long. But yeah,
Right.
man, we're gonna try to that's a lot of the stories that's been going on that I really want to talk about. And again, we're gonna try to get together and try to do this when we can. I'm gonna be back at work pretty soon, and that means my schedule is gonna be a little wonky for a while. And so, but I thank you guys for sticking with us. Like, comment, share, subscribe down below. Hit that bell, and we'll try to get as many videos out as possible. I'll try to get as many videos out as possible. But let us know if there's anything you guys want us to talk about, or myself to talk about. I'll try to save some of the information for when me and Hawk can sit down and do this. And I thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. And read more comments.
All right, guys. You have a great one. Bye.